2020 Sirius FootballHeads Mock Draft. Cincinnati is on the clock, and that would be my pick. And we're not going to waste any time thinking or talking about this. Just put the name Joe Burrow right there at number 1.
Yep.
All right. All right, so I need a volunteer to take over Washington for the number 2 pick.
Just for the number 2 pick?
Yeah, for right now, we'll just do it that way. That'll be easier.
Well, I think it's probably a logical choice.
It has to be one of you guys.
I would think it's a pretty logical choice, and I wouldn't even mind if we kind of did a little group consensus since he's not there. But short of anybody arguing, I'd say Washington would be a fool not to take Chase Young.
As much as a Lions fan, and I wish that wouldn't happen, I think that's the play as well, Vince.
Wait.
Yeah, they'd be dumb not to do it because, I mean, you know,
I
the most
concur.
dominant edge rusher available, so.
The phone is ringing.
The phone. Oh, got a trade. Who wants to trade?
Tom's had that phone queued up all day.
You just had to try it out, didn't you?
Chris is muted on this one.
Oh, that's funny.
The Los Angeles Chargers are calling the Washington Redskins and are willing to trade the number 6 overall pick, the number 37 overall pick in this draft, and next year's number 2 to switch places and go up to number 2.
What, tell me that again, Tom.
Wait a minute. I'm muting you. You don't get to play. So you guys do it. Let's do that way. It's a consensus. You guys talk about it and see if that's a fair trade and something that they would want to do.
So
okay, tell me the trade again.
The trade
number
is
6.
Number 6.
Number 37.
37.
And next year's second round?
Yes.
For
I muted myself.
Player in the
Not
draft,
enough.
so.
Have to include next year's first.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
The 2 number 1s and the 2.
The reality here is that Washington's defensive line is already really good. I mean, they got Sweat last year. They got the 2 inside guys from Alabama are terrific. They've still got what's his name? The other guy, the old guy. So
they still have Kerrigan, right?
Kerrigan, yeah. So if they're looking at this and they can get serious value from it and pass up on Chase Young, it doesn't hurt them. It helps them tremendously.
I just don't think it's enough.
It's not enough. It's almost 1,000 points worth of trade difference there. You can't do that.
I think my opinion would be that your 2021 has to be a first round.
Got to be a first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 1s and a 2.
You know what we should do actually is keep track of this. So next year,
Yeah.
What do I care about next year? Okay, I'll go to a number 1 for next year. What difference does it make? I don't know that they will.
It's a lot of draft cap.
So what's the point value? Who knows the point values on this?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay.
What is it?
Point
I was
value
gonna say,
for
I
6.
can look it up real quick.
Point value for 6 is 1,600. Then your number 37 is only worth 530. So that's 2,130 with the 2 picks. You throw in next year.
You need 2,600.
So, you know, you still got to get to, you got 600, almost 600 more points to make it right.
And what's the number 1 worth next year? Do we know?
3,000.
The same as 3,000.
Well, that's
Remember, Rivera said he wanted a boatload if he's going to trade out. That ain't a boatload. That's a dinghy.
2 1s and a 2. I don't think they'll do that. I do not think they'll do that. So, Washington is on the clock. The consensus pick here is Chase Young, correct?
Yep. Okay.
All right. So that's
it. Washington's got Chase Young.
Yep. So that puts Detroit on the clock. Chris, the phone is ringing.
I'm going to let you handle this one, Chris. Have fun.
For sure. Hey, I appreciate you unmuting me.
No, now it's good.
Yeah.
The reason I muted him is because we had previous discussions about this.
Yeah, Tom and I have been messaging back and forth for about a week here, trying to see.
I offered him essentially the same package, but a third, and he wanted a second. So now I'm going to say yes on the second. So you get the 6, 37, and the second rounder next year.
I do that.
There you go. We have a trade, gentlemen.
All right.
Oh, shit. Now I have to pick somebody. No, that's the Lions. Detroit. Okay. Well, in that case, with the third overall pick, the Los Angeles Chargers take Tua Tagovailoa. You heard me right. Tagovailoa.
Good intentions.
Okay, that didn't take long.
Well, I did
But
kind
Detroit just moved down to
you
6,
already had
right?
laid the groundwork for it.
I see Ian and Brandon are both on mute. Ian's talking, but we can't see what he's saying.
All right.
So you gave
number
up
4 on the draft is the New York Giants, and that was Scorpio's pick.
Okay, now you can hear me, can't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm eating, guys.
Anybody have any deep feelings about the Giants and want to make this pick for Scorpio?
It's got to be a tackle.
I was gonna say, yeah, tackle.
Yeah,
or
tackle.
Gettleman loves linebackers, and so I'd say it's got to be one of the tackles, whoever you think is your number one guy, or it's Simmons.
I was just gonna say,
Who's the new coach?
as
Who's
He
the
will
new
probably-
coach?
Joe Judge.
Joe Judge. Yeah.
Okay, and
If
he's
Gettleman's
from-
gonna pick, I think he'll probably go linebacker because he dropped the Kuechly 9 years ago, and then you
And-
probably see the same talent in him.
As Pat always says, Gettleman looks for the guy with the gold jacket potential.
You got to also think Judge might be trying to install a Patriots defense, even though he's special teams. And that would be perfect for his jack of all trades backfield guy.
Mhm.
Yep.
Any consensus on that, Isaiah Simmons?
Simmons. Yeah.
I don't know. Don't you think they want to shore up that offensive line for their kid they got behind center there?
Well,
They had 3 years to do that.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's between one of the two. I guess.
And what's the bigger needs?
Well, it's going to be him or Wirfs.
all right, let's
I guess
vote
it
on it.
depends on who your tackle is too, right?
Yeah, who's
Right.
the you think it's Wirfs? Let's
I think
take
it's
a
Wills.
Show of hands,
Gil said it's Wheels.
show of
Not
hands for
Wills.
Simmons.
No.
Show of hands for Simmons. Show of hands for Wirfs.
Yeah.
All right,
There it
Wirfs.
is.
It's Wirfs.
I also follow a lot of Giants fans, and they're all about the tackle. They
Kristen
aren't
Wirfs,
really
right?
Talking that much
Yes,
about
Tristan Wirfs.
linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
And just to let everybody know, Gil has Wheels over Wirfs. Just so you know.
What dial? All right. Pick number 5, the Miami Dolphins. Vince, you are on the clock.
Miami wastes no time. My compadre, who is also working but is a huge Dolphins fan, and he gave me his list. He said the quarterback that he wanted is the man who led the quack attack, Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, or Joey Harrington, as I call him.
Or Hanson 2.0.
Hey, Vince. So
Ouch.
whoever was representing Miami, is he a West Coaster?
He came from Oregon, but he currently lives in Oklahoma.
Okay. I wonder so much about that East Coast, West Coast bias with guys not seeing, the Central and East don't see the guys in the Pac-10 all that much.
Right.
And you always kind of wonder about that. Guys are going to bed when their primetime games are just starting, that kind of stuff. And
Well, the day that you contacted me about a possible trade, I got in touch with him and I asked him, what are you thinking about for the number 5 pick? And, I said, the person who's representing the Lions is already talking about a trade down. And he said, well, the quarterback that I want, he goes, Burrows is going to be gone. So the quarterback that I want, honestly, is Herbert. And I said, what about Tua? And he said, well, Tua would be fine if that's who it comes down to. If the Chargers move and take Herbert, he goes, I'll take either one. I prefer Herbert. I'll take Tua, but I'm not going to trade up to get either of them. Because he figures one of the two are going to be there, and he saw them as close enough to being interchangeable.
And if I was in that position, I would have done exactly the same thing.
Right.
I prefer Tua over Herbert because, like I said, I am a Pac-12 guy.
Yeah.
I've watched him all year long. He was good. He's got a great arm. He's a big guy. He can move. He just wasn't. I just had issues. Like I said, I keep seeing Joey Harrington. And then he played the Rose Bowl and was a freaking hero. And then he went to the Senior Bowl and was a hero.
Right.
And he went to the Combine and he had a pro day. And everything about that was great. But the 2 seasons before that, there was a lot of inconsistencies for me with him.
No.
So,
yeah. I know I've got 2 close Miami Dolphin fans. The one who he's quite invested in, and that's his thing. He would prefer Tua if he's available at 5, not interested in trading up for him, but he sees Herbert as Tannehill 2.0.
Yeah, and I asked him point blank. I said, are you sure you're not seeing this through green and gold glasses? Because he's a huge Ducks fan. And he said, no, I really think he's the right guy. And it's like, okay, but it's not my team.
Sure.
So I'm going to trust his judgment because, I didn't pay that close of attention, if you ask me, it's like it's Minnesota and everybody else should have a scoreless tie with a lot of injuries in their games.
So let me ask this question since the quarterback room is going to have Fitzpatrick and then the kid from last year and stuff that played out of Arizona. Are basically going to unload him and then
I think Rosen gets released.
He's not. What's the trade value? Like you might get a 6, you might get a 7.
Yeah.
So how long does Herbert sit on the bench before he plays this season? Or you think he
get week 6 when Fitzpatrick starts throwing all those interceptions?
It's usually like week 3 or 4. Yeah. I had on the Bucks a couple of years ago. So.
All right, moving on. We have in the number 6 spot the Detroit Lions trading down to that position. Chris,
go get him, Chris.
Yeah, so I think this is probably every mock draft anybody's done for the last month, but we're extremely happy to move back down, pick up some extra draft capital. I'm a Buckeyes fan, and I was happy to say that Jeffrey Okudah, come on down.
There you go.
That's nice. Move down and that's
got you guy you want. Obviously, a replacement needed for Slay that he's now in Philadelphia. Cornerback 2, definitely one of the big needs. Couldn't be a better fit for the Patricia defense. So
wow. Okay.
Chalk it up.
Good. All right, we're at number 7. So Chris, this is you again at Carolina, and boy. Yeah. With the retirement of Luke Kuechly, there's some options out there.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, there definitely is. New coach, not maybe a long-term quarterback, but the top 3 guys are gone. The phone's available, wondering if anybody is interested in any of the top wide receivers or one of the top tackles. I reached out to the Jets. I didn't hear anything back. So if the phone's gone quiet on the Panthers, we would love to replace Kuechly with Mr. Simmons himself.
Excellent choice.
Dang, racking up.
Nicely done.
So far, guys, this is pretty much following what Dane Brugler's got in his 7-round mock.
Sorry, guys, I was away for a second. Who did Carolina take?
Isaiah Simmons.
Okay.
Number 8. Well, this is cheesy. So is the Arizona Cardinals. I kind of like this voting on this pick. A consensus pick. It seems to work for me here. So you got Arizona at number 8. We are looking at them for.
I really got to think what the heck the Texans were thinking trading DeAndre Hopkins to.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so their biggest needs listed here are offensive line, edge rusher, defensive line, tight end, and DB. I would have thought wide receiver was on there, but I forgot about that.
I really like one of the wide receivers here. He's, I think Jeudy's my top guy, but I think in this offense, CeeDee Lamb is like the perfect fit.
Lamb's a guy.
And if we're not going wide receiver, Jedrick Wills from Alabama, the tackle, I don't think you can go wrong with any of those three. That's my.
How about Derrick Brown?
I like.
Yeah.
I like Andrew Thomas actually. Tackle from Georgia.
Like a true left tackle.
Yeah.
I probably suggest like Becton. I mean, he ran into the shotgun that offense and everything for Louisville because their coach came from Appalachian State and they were just like running gun all the time. But I mean, if you had another wide receiver, it's already Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk, and now you got Hopkins. That's 4 guys. He's gonna. Yeah. I mean, I know you had a plan for the future.
So let's pick a wide receiver and a tackle. All right. We got CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy are the 2 wide receivers on the board. Raise your hands for CeeDee Lamb. All right. Well, that's a consensus there. And then the tackles are Thomas or Jedrick Wills from Alabama. Let's get a raise of hands for Thomas from Georgia. 2, and then Wills. All right, it's Wills. Okay, so between CeeDee Lamb and Jedrick Wills, those for CeeDee Lamb, raise your hands.
Sexy, as sexy as that sounds.
Jedrick Wills, tackle from Alabama. Yeah. All right, that's who.
And that's scary right there.
The Arizona Cardinals. This is how they're going to be doing it, for real. All right, Jedrick Wills.
Did you guys not think about Derrick Brown at all? You didn't want to?
It came up, but we were really, everyone kind of thought it should be a tackle is what it came down to.
Okay.
All right, Arizona is done. Jacksonville. All right, Jacksonville went the same way. This was coach, and he's not here. Although, let me text him really quick because I might get him back in.
Quit touching your face, Chris.
Oh, my wife had to get a cat. And Jesus. I can only take so many allergy pills in a bloody day.
Oh, that's all right. I got to feed mine. I'm going to start throwing her treats. She's bugging me.
I got a friend that just rescued a 21-pound cat.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
It's like a turkey.
She sent me a picture, and it looked like the cat should be holding her. So, all right. So Jacksonville was coach. If I don't hear from her, we're going to move on here. So we're in the same concessions here. Jacksonville.
So I actually have a friend who's a big Jaguars fan. We do a fantasy football league together. He sent me some points. If you guys would like to read off to that,
please.
So his like top 5 were Jeudy, Wirfs, Thomas, Okudah, and Willis. So and then you got Brown, Becton. So they're down to like a wide receiver and a tackle.
Judy's available.
So similar to what Arizona needed, right?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, but outside of DJ Chark, I mean, they really need to help a wide receiver though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
And,
all right. Are we
Dane
good?
Brugler's got CJ Henderson here.
Oh, that's too high. That's too high for Henderson.
Yeah.
Remember, they got a 20th pick too, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
That's probably about where he would go. What's wrong with these 2D tackles that are still on the board? Because they just lost one.
I just think it's been need dependent right now. There's been wide receivers and offensive tackles. That's been the creme de la creme, and I think it just pushes talent down the board, right?
It does.
Yeah.
How about Brown? Just talked about him.
What about Kinlaw? Too high?
Jacksonville.
I don't think it's too high.
Oh, it's not
Both
too
of those
high.
guys.
I think it's
MJD
almost dead
has,
even between
Kinlaw.
Kinlaw and Brown.
Yeah, MJD in his recent mock draft had Kinlaw, but he was the trade to the Panthers, so Panthers picking there.
Panthers already picked, so I mean he's still there.
So you're
So they
talking
got
about
Bryant
Kinlaw
from
versus
UF 2 years
Brown?
ago.
What was that, Vince?
If the Jaguars are thinking about taking a DT, why would they take Kinlaw over Brown?
A lot of people have Kinlaw rated higher than Brown, actually.
Yeah, they
Not
do.
Gill.
Yeah.
Gill's got Brown at 6, and Kinlaw,
I would go with Brown.
he's got Kinlaw down at 15.
Yeah.
That's a pretty significant difference for that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Oh,
So we're opening it up to a D tackle or a wide receiver?
It's going to be Jerry Jeudy and Derrick Brown. Okay. Everybody for Jeudy, raise your hand. 2. Everyone for
Hey, Scotty.
Brown, raise your hand. All right, there it is. Derrick Brown.
Good.
Look up pick though.
Oh, geez.
The Brown.
Hey. A little late there, guys. Sorry.
All right, so now we're into Cleveland. Joshua, you're up.
All right, so not too much of a Browns fan, but just looking at some of the mocks and kind of what they need and stuff. I mean, really, Becton is sitting in front of their face, and they like the flashy talent that can drive some more fan behind OBJ and all of them. So I have to go Becton from Louisville.
Becton, good choice. I like him.
Can you believe the rumors about them wanting to get rid of OBJ?
Yeah, I could believe it.
yeah, but I didn't need that headache in my house.
Yeah, exactly.
You just got one-on-one
I
head
know,
already,
they want to
right?
send him to Minnesota.
You know, he is not a Zimmer type guy, so it's like, I pass.
But that's probably the same clown that tried to trade Stafford.
Yeah, true.
All right, so here's where we are so far. As you can see, Joe Burrow, Chase Young, Tua,
Gave me this.
Tristan Wirfs, Justin Herbert, Jeffrey Okudah, Isaiah Simmons. I think that is a brilliant pick for Carolina. They have got to be ecstatic about that. Jedrick Wills, Derrick Brown, also for Jacksonville. That fills up that middle for him. And Mekhi Becton in Cleveland.
Gigantor.
Yep.
No doubt.
All right.
I know a guy who covers the Browns, and he absolutely says it's got to be a tackle.
Don't doubt it.
Yep.
Isn't he like 6'9" or something like that? Becton?
Yeah, he's huge.
Jeez.
He's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, he's at
Three.
least 6'8". 6'8".
Well, who did
6'8".
your
He's like
Raiders?
360.
Who did your Raiders take? Brown. The guy, like he's that big. Like he's a mountain of a man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Trent
Yeah.
Brown.
He's
All right.
Matuzak with an extra 100 pounds.
Uh-huh.
We're on to the New York Jets, and this is Scorpio. So, I don't know, these guys are missing out. So, the New York Jets.
So I thought the Jets really needed offensive line help, and if not, a number 1 wide receiver. So
Yeah.
we still have Jeudy on the board.
We just have CeeDee Lamb on the board, too.
Yeah.
You know, and we've got Kinlaw
Yeah.
and Chaisson is still here. So,
Yeah,
would you,
but they-
okay, well, that's a
they
good
need
thing.
that.
Okay. I think we can all agree on this. It's going to be a wide receiver or a defensive lineman. The two.
You sure?
What?
They need a tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Like
need a
bad.
tackle.
They need a tackle.
The problem is you start looking at, or like are you stretching now for 1 year guys who's going in the first round who maybe shouldn't, just because you need it so bad.
Except you got Andrew Thomas at
Oh, I was gonna say he might be the last guy available.
Yeah, and I think Robert has a good point, because if they can't keep Donald on the standing up, they're not going anywhere. So
So you think like Tristan Wirfs is too early at this point?
he's already gone.
He's already
He
gone.
went
Where'd you have him go?
4 to the Giants.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah, it's Andrew Thomas and whoever else.
Jeudy. Yeah. Jeudy, Thomas. I think that's your flip a coin with there.
All right, so how many for Jeudy?
How about Wills?
He's gone.
This is gone.
He's gone.
And
He went at 8.
and then Thomas. There it is. We're going offensive tackle with Andrew Thomas.
That's for the Jets, right, guys?
Follow me.
Yeah.
Andrew
Oh,
Thomas
Wills went to the
to the
Cards.
Jets.
And now we have
11.
the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
And
Allegiant
for
Stadium.
me picking for
Now we're on the Raiders.
picking for Las Vegas, sitting here with the number 12 and seeing that CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy are both still available.
Yeah.
I have to think that Alabama is like the top tier when it comes to NFL prospects. So with the number 12 pick, the Las Vegas Raiders are going to select Jerry Jeudy.
Nicely done.
Yeah. I think people have overthought that guy. For 4 months, he was wide receiver 1, top 5 pick, and just the draft process kills guys so much that they start falling down and down and down. And
It kills me every year when guys come out and the season ends and they're ranked like a third rounder, and by the time the draft comes, they're first round. Like,
Yeah.
how did they get
like
so
a
much?
Mekhi Becton.
Yeah, how come they got so much better when they stopped playing?
Really?
This is crazy.
All right.
This is crazy.
Oh, for Christ's
Just
sake.
I mean, yeah.
have-
You have the Senior Bowl if
for
they
your
go to the
information,
Senior
they had,
Bowl, and you have their pro day and all that stuff. But I mean, honestly, I mean that's not game related for like a pro day. 'Cause, I mean, there's they're not
Brugler.
they're not facing an opposing defense and things like that.
Mhm.
So
All right, the next up is
Brugler had CeeDee Lamb here.
So that was CeeDee Lamb that got picked.
well,
No,
no, I
Jeudy
think
got
Jerry
picked.
Jeudy.
the next up is the 49ers. This is the pick they got for Brenton Buckner, or whatever his name is. And wide receiver is big on their list.
Yeah.
And there's CeeDee Lamb sitting right there. DeForest Buckner, DeForest Buckner.
Vince, you're on mute.
Yeah, Vin. I got him. Maybe not. Vince, you're muted.
Nope.
Yes, I was talking to
There
Scott.
he is.
Oh, secret conversations.
Trying to get he called me a couple minutes ago, and I'm trying to get him caught up on where the draft picks are. So when
So
You know,
I
when
think what we're looking at here for the Colts, their first need is wide receiver, and CeeDee Lamb is sitting right there. Anybody have any objection to that?
So at 13, did we? Did
No.
we pick-
It's San Francisco's pick, right?
San Francisco,
From the Colts.
right?
Him or Ruggs?
I'd like to throw Ruggs in there in the conversation in that offense.
All right. Well, let's do it between the two of them. How many for CeeDee Lamb?
I gotta say Lamb.
And then how
I
many?
think they
for
need a big
Ruggs?
body.
It is CeeDee Lamb. Consensus pick almost.
Yeah. CeeDee Lamb to the Niners. Is that it, guys?
Yes, it is. CeeDee Lamb to the Niners.
You wonder that if Lamb and Jeudy fall that far, if neither one of them are picked when it comes to Oakland and then
Yeah.
San Francisco, you wonder if it won't be reversed if Las Vegas wouldn't take CeeDee Lamb and then
Yeah.
To
Niners
Oklahoma.
wind up taking Jeudy.
Yeah, it'll probably
In
be
fact, that's
switched. I
what
mean,
All right, let me catch up with the other guy that I'm working with.
Because I know Mayock
I know.
and Gruden they are just head over heels with CeeDee Lamb. So
Mike, I have to say I was incredibly impressed with the job Mike Mayock did last year. I thought that was a huge mistake. And we were sitting at the Senior Bowl dinner and I looked at Jim and I said, you guys must be going crazy with Mayock being a GM. And he just kind of shook his head and just went, I know, we'll just have to wait and see. And
I know, it's like the mad scientist, and they turned him loose, and look what he did.
Exactly. All right, so we are now at pick number 14 for Tampa Bay, and Joshua, this is your pick.
So
All right,
deeply
we're on 14,
heartbroken because all the offensive tackles were taken, and I really was hoping that someone fell down to the Bucks, but I didn't have time to trade because I was going to do a trade up, but kind of went too fast. So the second option was Chaisson from LSU, so they can get an edge rusher to help them out in the defense, just to finish that off, and we'll look at it a little bit later on, second and third round, to get offensive alignment.
So who's your pick?
Chaisson from LSU, edge.
I'm not
Play
seeing
Vaughn.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Levon Chaisson, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Vaughn. Okay. Very good.
Plus, they have a good track record drafting LSU players anyway. So.
All right, going to number 15, Jay. The Denver Broncos are on the clock.
Yep.
Oh,
I totally agree with you on that. Just looking at their needs, from what I'm seeing, they need a wide receiver, cornerback, and offensive tackle. And since tackles all are pretty much taken up,
Thomas is still on the board.
Thomas? I thought we had
Andrew Thomas.
Thomas, he got took with
No,
the Jets.
we took him at 11.
No, he went to the Jets.
I didn't mark him off. My bad.
But I need to redo. I'm about to say if he's still there.
No kickbacks.
But seeing that Henry Ruggs is available, and the need for a wide receiver, the
Working on Denver.
Detroit
now,
Broncos
Scotty.
are going to take Ruggs.
All right, Henry Ruggs goes
Denver just took Henry Ruggs.
what are you doing, bud?
Ruggs.
And that takes us to pick number 16, the Atlanta Falcons. Ian, you are on
Okay,
Were you thinking about 25?
so doing my homework, the Falcons' top need is
No,
cornerback,
Robert's doing 22.
and then their second need was edge rusher. I had a hard time with this because, like, I don't follow Atlanta at all. I don't follow Buffalo, my other team, so it was like brain crunching. But I figured they would probably want to go cornerback in the first round. And with the 16th pick, is that where we're at?
Yes.
Okay, with the 16th pick in the first round of the NFL draft, the Atlanta Falcons are going to take CJ Henderson,
CJ Henderson to Atlanta.
cornerback out of Florida.
All
Gotta
right.
love those Florida cornerbacks.
That was definitely a need pick, I think. All right, we got the Dallas Cowboys on the clock, and that is my pick. And Dallas, they need help, just help. Edge
They
rusher.
need a new GM.
I think an edge rusher is the biggest issue right now. It says corner, offensive line, wide receiver.
Higher than that.
Well, now that's an interesting thing. Let me just check here because that's too far down.
There he is.
They don't need that.
For a minute there, I
You're
thought
going to go
you really overdrafted this guy.
Curtis Weaver, the edge rusher from Boise State.
Ooh, wee.
That's rich.
Ooh, man.
Yep.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Where
Ooh,
did they have him?
that guy had a second round.
What was the
already.
pick again, Tom?
Curtis Weaver, the edge rusher from Boise State. No, but that's such a Dallas type of pick, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Weaver.
Getting
All right.
close to me.
Dallas took Curtis Weaver.
I'm glad you're not judgmental or anything, Brandon. All right, Miami's on the board again, Vince.
All right.
They got 5 picks in the first 2 rounds, the Dolphins do.
Yes, they do. Those crazy Dolphins. And the in consultation with my general manager, he has instructed me to select Yetur Gross-Matos, the edge rusher
From Penn State.
From Penn State.
from Penn State.
That would have been Dallas's other choice.
Yep. Sorry, Scotty.
And at pick 19, we're back to the Las Vegas Raiders. Ian.
Yes. And pick 19. This was a little difficult for me to decide because I couldn't decide whether or not they'd want to go corner in the first round or linebacker because they're both big needs. But I figured we would go cornerback at pick 19. And with the 19th pick in the first round of the NFL draft, the Las Vegas Raiders are going to select Trevon Diggs from Alabama.
Trevon Diggs.
If that's where
Trevon
it's from, I
Diggs
can't even read my
to
own
the Raiders.
handwriting. Is that where he's from, Alabama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this is falling right to me.
20.
20. We're now looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that is going to be a group pick because that was Coach's team. So Jacksonville. Seems that Jacksonville's needs have been questioned already. We already made a pick for Jacksonville. That was, who did they take in the first round here? They took Derrick Brown at number 9. So now they're at number 20.
Yes.
And you're looking at corner, offensive line, or running back. Or defensive line.
It took Brown. didn't
How
they,
about this
for-
is where Kinlaw. This is where
Javon
my-
Kinlaw.
Oh no,
Javon
they
Kinlaw.
took Derrick Brown. We said
Yes,
right?
they did.
Yeah, Jacksonville took Derrick Brown at number 9.
As an edge rusher.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
no, he's deep tackle.
he's a tackle.
No, he's a tackle.
Yep.
I think
So
running
you
back's
said-
too rich to go running back here.
No, you know what?
Tackles are tough right now. What was the other need?
We're currently
Corner-
discussing
well, there's-
Jacksonville's needs.
Corner and O-line are the 2 big ones.
Receiver was another need.
Xavier McKinley, safety out of Alabama, is on the board.
They do need help in the
Is
secondary.
AJ Terrell taken?
AJ
No.
Terrell's available.
Oh, hi. I think.
Kristen Fulton is the 2nd-ranked corner. He's on the board. And this is right about the area that he's slated. I got him at 22, so.
Yeah, I know Jeff Gladney's another guy. I guess I don't know what kind of defense Jacksonville runs. Are not high on my priority list.
Now, Jacksonville also would need a linebacker.
You got Murray. Murray and
Jacksonville
Queen
needs a
still.
linebacker.
Yeah, you got Murray, you got Queen.
Kind of high for Queen, I think. Well, not really.
Gill has Queen at 18 and Murray at 20.
Yeah.
So
It's about
either
the
of
right
those guys
spot.
would fit at that pick.
Yeah.
Tom, do you want to pick 2 guys and we'll do a consensus
Yeah,
pick between
I'm
them?
just, I got Scott, Cheesy Scott just realized that he lives in Central Time.
I think it's because he's a Packer fan.
Yeah, that could be.
They're a little slow.
Oh, wait, here we go. All right, he's coming in. Oh, that's what that dinging was. Okay. I'm a bad host.
Oh my God, there's Cheesy.
So
What's all that hair doing on your face?
It's
All right, Scotty, how you doing? We need you to unmute yourself. If you run your cursor
unmuted.
over the screen, a menu bar shows up at the bottom. In the bottom left, there's a microphone icon. Just be sure that's turned on, and then test your audio.
I don't think you're on mute.
Yeah,
Now we can see Cheesy, but we can't hear him.
I know. Well, he hasn't spoken yet. Do something.
Maybe he's got to tap on the internet audio thing yet.
Hey, no, he
Computer audio.
has not spoken. I'm looking at his mouth.
Hey, he's picking his nose.
There he goes. Connecting to audio.
Cheesy, say something.
Hey, oh, there we go.
There you
There
go.
he is.
Hey.
Gentlemen, I apologize. I misread the email. There's some central.
You know, it's so easy to do.
I've been home all afternoon. I got home late mid-morning, and I've been sitting around all day waiting to do this.
Tom, you should have put Pacific time on. Really got us all messed up.
Who was he picking for again? Cheesy, who are you picking for?
He was actually picking for we got him right back in line now. His next pick will be New England. Right now we're on Jacksonville.
Who did Arizona pick?
Hang on, I got it right here.
Wills.
Yeah. O-line.
All right. So
You know, that's pretty good because I had actually on my sheet right here, that was my first choice.
well, there you go.
Excellent.
It was like you were on anyways, so we did
Yep,
consensus.
Yep, that
Oh,
was
God.
good.
Tom, maybe pop up the picks so far. So
Yeah. And Scott, if you go to the upper right-hand corner of your screen, you'll see a little box that says speaker view. Click on that. It'll go to gallery view, and then you can see everybody at the same time.
Okay.
Now we look like the Brady Bunch.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, Hollywood Squares, man.
There we go. Gallery.
Even better.
All right.
B.
There it is.
Even better.
All in. All
Next
in.
is- I'm going to share my screen now so you can see who's been picked.
Perfect. Let me snap a quick picture of that. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Scott, this Zoom meeting thing is really cool.
Hey, Vince,
Yes, sir.
check your phone. Check your phone if you can.
We're still missing a couple of guys. So what we do when we come to their picks, we're doing a consensus. And right now we got Jacksonville on the board. So far we need corner or offensive line. They picked Derrick Brooks at number 9. So they filled their defensive tackle need. So the next corner up that might be possible would be Kristian Fulton. He's got right in this, slotted right in this area. And then there's no real offensive. Well, Josh Jones from Houston is rated kind of high here as a tackle. So let's go with Josh Jones, the tackle from Houston, and Kristian Fulton, the corner from LSU. So if you'd like to see them draft a tackle in Josh Jones, raise your hand. For the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you'd like to see them draft Kristian Fulton, the corner from LSU, raise your hand. It looks like Kristian Fulton is the pick of the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. Moving on. Philadelphia is next on the board, and Jay Brown, you were on the clock.
Okay, let's see. What did I have here? So for Philly, wide receiver, linebacker, cornerback. Well, looking at Gill's list for linebackers, this range, we still have, let's see here.
everybody.
Yeah.
Only
We'll go-
one's been picked.
We'll go with Queen, Patrick Queen.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I've heard him there elsewhere too.
He was on my short list for the Patriots.
All
Who
right.
did? I'm sorry, guys. Who did Jacksonville take?
Patrick Queen. No, Jacksonville took Christian Fulton, the corner from LSU.
Okay,
Philadelphia took Patrick Queen, linebacker.
right.
And the Minnesota Vikings are on next at 22. And Robert, this would be your pick.
Okay, for the 2020 NFL draft, Rick Spielman is running to the virtual podium to take
Don't trip.
Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle.
Javon Kinlaw, of course.
Nice.
Nice pick.
All right, we got Kinlaw.
Yep. Very nice.
I thought he was already taken. I guess we talked about him too much.
There's always one of these guys that does that, and they fall. That's how the Chargers got Derwin James at 17.
So
For
Scotty,
whatever
you're
it's spelled to you.
now thinking about who you want at 25.
Yeah. So New England, Scott, you're up on the board. Your first pick for the New England Patriots.
Well, the obvious pick is a quarterback.
Diggs is gone.
What's that?
Yeah.
Diggs? Who'd you say was gone?
I'm sorry. Trevon Diggs is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at a quarterback right here because our fellow Patriot fan, Patriot James, asked me to either get a quarterback or a wide receiver. I have them down needing some defensive help too, but he said I could ignore that. But my gut tells me you got to be strong on defense if their offense is going to be a little weak right now as they rebuild. But I want to make him happy, and I'm probably reaching a little bit here, but I'm going to take Jordan Love.
I think that's an excellent pick.
Ooh. They were talking about that on the fan mock today.
Were they?
About Love going to the Patriots.
Yeah, he is. He was my number one choice for the Patriots.
You got to do something.
Yeah. So.
And also, what about the vets that are out there? I mean, you still have Cam Newton, who doesn't have a home. You still have from Tampa, now that Brady's there,
Winslow.
Mr. Interception.
Winston, I'm sorry, Winston.
Well, and they can still bring in Cam Newton if they wanted on a 1 or 2 year deal. I don't know.
I mean,
But they already brought in Brian Hoyer.
Sure.
And
And the thing about taking Love in the first, like every other first round pick, is you got that 5th year option. So he can come in and he can sit. You don't have to put him in right away. Doesn't have to play right away. So I think if they brought in Cam Newton, that would make a lot of sense.
if you remember back when Newton came into the league, Belichick raved about him.
I think Cam Newton is done. He has not been the same guy since that Super Bowl loss. He's on a personal 8-game losing streak, and he's hurt.
Well, and I don't think Newton is going to want to go someplace on a short-term type deal where I have a year or two to possibly become the man. So I don't think he'd want to go there. He may not have any choice if he wants to play football.
All right.
and who wants to go
You know
be the
what?
guy behind Tom Brady? That's the
Right.
That's the big one there.
I tell you what, guys, Alex Smith is going to be traded to the Patriots.
Oh, he can't. He's not going to play again.
Ah, yeah, he will.
No,
Is he
Yeah, I think
is
he's
he
going to play
even
back.
physically cleared to do anything?
no. He's
Not yet.
still in a wheelchair.
No, he's walking around.
That's an artificial leg. I mean, no.
No.
Why not your Chargers, Tom? In Cam Newton.
Because he's not been the same player since the loss in the Super Bowl. He's hurt, and he's on an 8-game personal losing streak. And Tyrod Taylor right now is a better quarterback than Cam Newton is.
I like Tyrod.
So that I was saying, we were talking earlier before a bunch of people got on. I was really pleased that when they didn't get Brady, they didn't go out and spend anything on a quarterback, because in my mind, Tyrod Taylor is as good as anyone else that's available right now. And Andy Dalton would be the only move I would make, but you got to trade for him. So why do it? We've got Tyrod already under contract. And now we have Tua, so we're good to go.
Yeah, you're not concerned with Tua's hip or anything like that?
Of course we are, but what are you going to do? You know, I always look at Miami and how many times they passed on Drew Brees. You know, they passed on him in the draft, and then they passed on him when he was hurt. And
yep, so did we, and now we regretted it.
Hey, got breaking news from Adam Schefter, guys. The Lions are open to trading pick number 3.
They did.
Really?
Of course they are.
Man, it's a slow news day, man.
That is exactly what happened.
I'll be right back.
Watching our mock.
All right, so we've got New Orleans at 24 on the board, and that is my pick. And I know exactly what I'm going to do with New Orleans. They're going to draft the Jim Thorpe Award winner, Grant Delpit, safety from LSU.
Tom, would you have taken Love there if he was available? For the Saints, would you have taken him for the Saints if he was available?
Possibly, but I think
they have Taysom Hill. He's the most underutilized guy. Have you seen that kid throw a ball when he throws the ball?
Yeah, and he's 30 years old, and plays so many.
You can have him in Vegas.
Oh, we'd love him in Vegas. Send him on over.
Jordan.
You can have him for a first-round tender.
Jordan Love might have been.
You got 2 of them.
I think they're much happier there with some defensive help.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. What was that pick, Tom?
Grant Delpit, safety, LSU.
That's what I thought you said, but I didn't hear it clear enough.
Now we're on to pick number 25, Minnesota, and Vince.
Yes, Vince. Vince is working with his colleague on the phone and his other colleague on Messenger, who happens to be a square to the right of him. And if you would like to know what we're thinking, I would be happy to discuss it with you all.
Well, it's now your time. You're on the clock, so that would.
What do you think, Robert? Shall we just have a conversation and?
That would work out.
Let's just see what they think. We know what we want, but let's just see what they think.
Okay. The consensus. Well, the guy who's in my right ear and is driving home right now, who originally had this pick.
Well, all right.
Is leaning towards AJ Terrell, cornerback from Clemson. Gil has him at 28. And I think he is the top-rated cornerback left on the board.
That is true.
So it fills the need. I mean, Minnesota lost their 3 starting corners. One because, thank God, he's gone in Rhodes.
I'm going to miss him.
Sure you are.
Me too.
Roads are open now.
Sorry, Vic.
Yeah. So, Robert, do you have a problem with it?
No, he is the highest rated one on the board. If you're going to Gil's list, I just can't get out of my head the the last game he played, and he didn't play it really well. So, but
Right.
he's Zimmer's size. He's exactly what Zimmer is looking for.
Right.
So Zimmer will need to do his job.
Well, the other option, guys, and Scott, listen to this in my ear. The other option is taking the offensive tackle Ezra Cleveland at this pick. He's available, and Gil's got him at 23, and I think he's the top rated. I think he's the top rated lineman. Austin Jackson is also left, isn't he?
Yeah, Austin Jackson is left, but I don't like Austin Jackson.
I got a question
Cleveland
for you, Vikings fans. Then, how about a guy like Justin Jefferson to replace a wide receiver need that you now have? I think Justin Jefferson is high on my wish list, and kind of that next, kind of the wide receiver. They're the first group.
He's okay with Terrell as well.
Okay.
You know, Josh Jones, tackle from Houston, is still on the board.
Yeah, I'd rather
He's too
have
high,
Jones than
though.
Jackson if I had to pick a tackle right now. But
So, okay, Scott,
Dane
Robert
Briggs.
is saying that he likes Jackson. If it were a tackle, he'd rather have Jackson over.
no, I'd rather have Jones
Cleveland.
than Jackson.
I'm sorry, Jones than Jackson. Wait a minute, I'm
Dane
looking for.
Brugler's got Cleveland going to you.
Yeah, the
Jones
thing
is at
about
29.
Cleveland the thing about Cleveland is he's the height, weight, and all of that we usually do on tackles. He doesn't anchor really well. So I don't know if we pick a Cleveland, is he going to the right side, and we're moving our right tackle back over to the left where he played in college.
Okay. Okay, so
According to
let
this
me
report, he
let me
played
run
with
this by.
Turco all year.
Bear with me for 1 second, guys, while I talk to Scott. Scott, what Robert was just saying is that just while Cleveland seems to have all the size numbers that we're looking at, he just doesn't seem like he's the right fit, and that's why he likes Jones. If we go OT, if we
go OT,
it could be, but are you what if you this is what ultimately what it comes down to is this is your pick, and would you rather have the cornerback in this round, or would you rather have the offensive tackle in this round? Mm-hmm.
He ends up, which one is going to play?
But which one's going to start? Which one has the chance to start now? Okay. Well, our time is starting to diminish. I think we're down to a minute left on our clock.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we've got you at Miami, Vince, running to the podium right now. So
yeah, so you make the call. Who do you want, Scotty?
Tick tock, tick tock.
You want? Okay. We're taking Terrell.
Okay.
All right.
I'm good with it. Good job, Scotty.
Good pick.
All right.
All right.
I agree.
Now Miami is on the clock. Vince, you're
All right.
in.
Miami at this pick. Let me take a quick look. I got two options that I'm looking at, guys. Let me see which one is there. Miami is going to take Austin Jackson. Yep.
Yep. Offensive tackle, USC.
Yes. All right. Terrell is out of Clemson. Yeah, that's not a bad pick at all. He's playing in a throw happy offense.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Pacific Northwest, the Seattle Seahawks and Jay Brown are on the clock.
Well, as always, every year we need offensive line help. We also need an edge rusher because we have no clue what's going on with Clowney.
There's guys available.
Yep. So I'm debating here. We do have a solid in Dwayne Brown for now at left tackle. But we do want to make sure we got somebody that can replace him. So,
Yeah,
I think we're going to go with, let's see here.
correct.
I think we're going to go with Josh Jones, offensive tackle from Houston.
Good pick, I think. All right. Pick number 28, the Baltimore Ravens. And Joshua, you are on the clock.
So they definitely need some help at linebacker, a little bit on O-line and wide receiver. So really, it's a nice debate between the wide receiver and the safety position because Jefferson is still on the board. But McKinney, I mean, that guy right there can play like a lot of positions, kind of like Mika Fitzpatrick 2.0 there and stuff. I just think with that defense and him adding in there, definitely somebody who can play either behind Earl Thomas or next to him. I think that's just, until Thomas retires, he can take the spot. But McKinney is going to be the pick for the Ravens.
That's a good pick.
Good pick.
Oh, yeah.
McKinney.
Agreed.
Xavier McKinney to the Seahawks.
No, to Baltimore.
Baltimore, I'm sorry.
What is he, safety?
Yeah.
Safety, yeah.
Okay,
Position flexible.
Yep.
Can play anywhere in the back.
Yep.
that's right.
Nice pick. We're at that point, I don't know about you guys, but I'm like looking ahead to my next pick, which is at 33 and starting to earmark guys. And now they're starting to fall off the board. One, boom, 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 boom. Okay, 29, Robert, Tennessee Titans.
Titans are on the board.
All right. I think, let me look one more time here.
They don't really need a whole lot, do they?
No, they don't. Come on. Okay, here we go. Ooh-wee. All right. They need a tackle, but there's not a higher rated tackle on the board. They need a tight end, and this is too early for a tight end. So their next need is an edge rusher. So the Tennessee Titans will select Davidson from Auburn.
Marlon Davidson.
Marlon Davidson. There we go.
Marlon.
Hey, Scorpio's coming into the room, Tom.
Oh, is he? Hang on.
Marlon Davidson goes to
Tennessee.
29.
Tennessee at 29, Scott.
Hey, there he is.
Hey man, I'm sorry. I totally forgot, man. I blanked out. I was doing some school. I'm in a PhD program. And I was doing some stuff for my program today, and it just blanked. I was prepared too.
The reality.
Scorpio Rogers just joined
wear
the chat.
The mask when you're in this group.
Say that again.
You don't need to wear the mask when you're in this group.
Guys, my wife sent me out. Well, I don't know. Some of you guys, man. My wife just sent me out to get some.
I don't know, guys. He's right next to Cheesy.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Right.
Speaking of which, we're at pick number 30. Easy. The Green Bay Packers are on the clock.
All right, I gotta get a sheet of paper so I can write down who's gone. Give me a second.
Tom, set up. Give him a rundown of who. A screenshot of what the draft
ready,
is.
I'll show him the screen and he can take a picture of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, the popular pick for the Packers would be Justin Jefferson at this stage, because everybody's saying the Packers should take a wide receiver in the first round. I don't necessarily disagree. After watching the 49ers run all over the Packers twice last year, We need D line help. I would like to find a good defensive end, but probably a little too early for me to take my Hawkeye.
How soon do I
AJ.
pick? Do I pick in like 3 picks? How
What's
soon do I
that?
pick? How
Yeah,
soon
you
do I
know,
pick?
you're next, actually. Scorpio, you're next with San Francisco.
All right. So I need.
And hang on, and I'll show you. Hold on just a second there. Easy.
Yeah, I know who I'm taking.
If you, Scorpio, take a picture of the screen right now,
Okay.
and here's who we have picked so far.
Love and Grant Delpit.
Oh, okay. Let me. Beautiful. Got you. Okay, that's beautiful.
All right, great.
Okay.
So, Cheesy, where are we?
Thomas, good move for Thomas with the Jets. Wirfs, okay, yeah, did good. You picked who I would have picked, so you're smart there.
I'm going to take the linebacker, Kenneth Murray.
Kenneth Murray.
Say that again, Scotty.
I'm taking Kenneth Murray, linebacker.
Isn't that the XFL guy?
No.
Sorry, Cheesy, I missed it. Can you say it one more time?
Kenneth Murray.
Kenneth Murray. Thank you.
Linebacker, Oklahoma.
I want that sideline to sideline guy.
All right, Scorpio.
All right, I know that I'm.
So 49ers are on the clock.
All right, how much time I got? I'm pulling up my draft board right now.
Yeah, no, go for it. We're good.
All right.
Well, who the Chiefs
So
gonna take?
I got
And the guys,
Edge rusher or secondary guy. I got the Chiefs.
there are no running backs taken.
No tight ends and running backs.
I think San Francisco's good in the
He's
running back
gone.
department.
I don't know.
Yeah, just put anybody back there. It doesn't matter.
Jesus.
That's true.
Basically.
San Fran
Marlon
might
Davidson's
wanna might want to get dang, I tell you, I have all my stuff ready. I got my books ready. I'm
Cornerback.
ready to go.
Are there any
All right,
corners left?
I know. I got like 3 names. I just
I think all the corners are gone.
Give me one sec. Let's see. I know who I want, but it's too
Hey,
early.
Scorp, I'll give you a little help. Ruiz was picked by Brugler to go to San Francisco, the center from Michigan.
Yeah, I'm not getting.
Are there any edge rushers left?
No way. That's not who.
early.
You do
These
know they still need
positions
a wide
flexible,
receiver too, though.
Yeah, they need a wide receiver. That's exactly.
So
what
they
I'm
got
doing.
Jefferson from LSU still available, and Higgins from Clemson.
Yeah, I'm not as big, even though Higgins is fast. I'm not as big a fan of Higgins. I like Jefferson. I like Yetur. I like Rager. I do like Rager.
Taking Brandon Ayuk yet?
I'll tell you my guy is.
That's a guy who would fit in with the Chiefs.
Who's that? Rager?
Actually, either Jefferson or Ayuk would fit with the Chiefs.
Let's
Yep,
go
30 and 31.
All
Right, well, that's who the Chiefs are going to take.
Then at this spot,
Whichever, probably take Ayuk.
you know what I like, but it's a little early for him. I like Pittman a lot, but it's a little early for him. I'm gonna go with shoot. I'm gonna go with I haven't picked this guy. Who do I want? You got some good people on the board. I'm definitely getting the white out. And top 3 off the board. So give me. Might have to go with the speedy guy.
Joe Montana.
Say again? Montana? Yeah.
Jerry Rice.
gonna go against what I normally do, and I'm gonna go T. Higgins.
T. Higgins.
Hey, there you go.
Good choice.
I really wanted to go Justin Jefferson. What's his name? Justin Jefferson.
Higgins.
I'm gonna go T. Higgins.
That's who Scorpio took for the Niners.
All right.
Oh, Magnum.
Moving forward, pick number 32, the last pick in the first round. So if anybody wants to trade to move up into that, get that first round guy, this is the chance to do it. Just speak up. This is Kansas City, and Vince has this pick.
My ears are open, boys.
Let's see. I got to see if there's anyone that I really want.
I tell you what, if Detroit
Does
had
Minnesota
3
want to trade back
second-round
up into
picks,
the
I'd
spot
be using 2 of them
to
to
get one of
trade
these
with you.
guys?
What was that, Brandon?
I said, if we had 3 second-round picks, I'd use 2 of them to move up right here.
Yeah.
Get a really good player with 5 years.
The draft chart would offer you a second and fifth to move up in using the draft chart.
Yeah, I was checking that out a while back. So I'll probably a second and a third, maybe a low third. Shoot, I might be able to
Yeah.
That's far though.
move 35 and 109 up there.
Yeah.
Boy, if I made a trade, Coach
But
would
there's
kill me.
nobody there that I think of.
Hey, Robert,
Yeah.
So
what do you think about? Well, Scotty, hold on a second. Robert, what do you think about moving up to the second round or to the bottom of the first round? I don't know what the draft capital would be. I don't know what it would cost the Vikings.
Go from 58 to 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
320.
plus
You need
145.
You would need a second, a high third, a fourth.
You'd have to give up something next year.
Yeah.
All right, so let's cancel that idea. Too expensive. Some of the guys got the charts. All right, guys. So anybody else? Or are we going to go a minute, or is Kansas City going to take their pick?
Yeah.
Take it.
I
Here's on the phone.
for the 4th pick in the second round, and how about I don't know what the chart says. How about pick 150, my 5th? Is that good? My second and my 5th?
This is for the Giants moving from 36 to 32, offering the 36th pick and the 3rd round pick. You said 5th round pick.
5th round pick.
5th round
150. Yeah, 150.
So you would drop down 5 spots.
Somebody got a chart? Tell me if that's a good one. I don't have the charts with me.
You're short 10 points.
Yeah, that's a good. Then that's fine.
What's 10 points between friends?
No.
So KC would be getting
quarter in my
36
pocket.
in a 3rd round this year, right?
Yes. No, third,
No,
fifth, 5.
So a 3rd and a 5 to move to this spot is what the chart says.
Okay, Scott.
Is that right? Am I understanding that right?
Yeah.
It's my
No,
my
a
pick.
second.
A
A second in
And a
there.
5th.
Second
A
and a
second
fifth.
and a 5th. Okay.
Right. The Chiefs would be dropping
Here,
to the 36th
throw that
spot.
in.
Right.
They're
Yeah,
basically
he gets a dime.
and getting a 5th rounder, right? So that's all we're
Right.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
We're talking
we're
about
talking
swapping
about-
the 32nd for the 36th and
Right.
throwing a 5th rounder on top of that.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's worth 50 points. There's 40 points of difference here.
Yeah, like why would they do that and lose? Not only are you losing points, but you're losing a 5th year on a first-round guy.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like, and that's the rub, is getting the 5th-year option on the guy.
Yeah.
Right, but what if you don't have someone
You would
that
for a
you have a
fourth?
conviction for? If you don't have someone you have a conviction for, and you're getting another taste at the apple with the 5th round pick, you're getting somebody else, or you're getting a pick.
Yeah, but these guys, I mean, there's a couple of players that are left on the board that would fit really well with KC, the way this draft has fallen. That they would want to have. I mean, that fits their style of play.
That's the time. Time.
Yeah. All right. So.
All right. I'm going to go with no trade.
All right.
Sorry, Scorpio. I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good.
But the Kansas City Chiefs are going to take Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver from Arizona State.
Oh, fine.
Somebody else for Mahomes to throw to. Because God knows he doesn't have enough people to throw to.
That guy has 82-inch arms, for God's sake.
And here's to it. All right.
In the real world, I really want him as the 2nd round pick for the Chargers, but
I heard your
You
disappointment.
don't have a 2nd round
Tom.
pick anymore,
I
by the
know,
way.
I don't have one, so I
You
don't
gave
have
it away.
I do, however, have Cincinnati's pick at the top of the 2nd round. Now, it's been a long night. It's been a long night. We've been answering phone calls all night long. I'm not even sure
Just the draft talk for Kansas City.
what the offers that have come in. But you guys have all had a chance to look at your screen. Do I hear anybody wanting to talk to Cincinnati at 2:00 in the morning? It's a trap. Trade up to the top
Got
of
a
the
ham
2nd
sandwich.
round. That guy you really
If he
want.
lasts.
I'm not getting any response. That's fine. Cincinnati.
Hold on. What's the chart say to move up to this pick?
It's got to be
For what team, Scott?
Cincinnati.
Patriots.
Oh my God.
The
Oh.
What are the Patriots picking at in this round?
Patriots don't have a 2nd
They
round.
haven't-
They don't have a 2nd round pick.
No, they got 3rd and they got a 1st
Yeah,
round next.
man.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
That's gonna be hard.
Okay.
I
I'll tell
believe
you
so.
right now, Cincinnati, I'm not dropping out of the 2nd round.
Okay.
We got Tommy.
All right. If nobody's interested in what we're doing, Cincinnati with the pick number 33 is taking the edge rusher, AJ Empinesa from Iowa.
That's a good pick.
Man, I forgot he's still on the board. Man.
That's who I
AJ
wanted for the
Empinesa from
Patriots
Iowa.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know it. And I'm looking at this list saying, okay, these are the guys that fell.
Yep, that's a good pick.
Hey, Brandon, do you see the chat? If I sent you something in the chat, do you see it?
Yeah, if you click on it.
Yeah.
Here it is, in Epinesa.
Yeah.
I'll say, Vince, you have a chat message. But
Yeah, I got him, Tom. Thanks.
okay, Chris, it's just as easy to say it. We're all friends here.
Well, then someone take their next pick and then let me.
All right, we're in Indianapolis. Chris, this is your.
Oh, that's me, so I can control my own destiny here. Son of a bitch. Okay, well, Indy, I think I don't see a QB here that I was really interested in. I do think wide receiver is a big need, and I think Justin Jefferson is just too good to pass up here. I need some line help, tight end, a defensive line, but I'm going Justin Jefferson here.
That would be pretty amazing if what's his name, Campbell, came back next year strong.
Yeah.
Jefferson just went at number 2.
All right, Detroit Lions are on the clock. Chris, you're up again.
Yeah, so this is the one I was kind of just chatting with my fellow Lion compatriot there. Do you think it's a good idea, Brendan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I same thing. I was really
In fact,
go ahead. Okay. So we were looking at
actually, the Detroit
Epinesa.
Lions.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I was just going to say, there was a Lions Detroit podcast with 4 guys all trying to figure out what to take, and they all agreed on the same guy.
And the guy we were talking about.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I was kind of thinking AJ Epinesa, if he's available. I feel he's really Trey Flowers 2.0. I think an attacking edge linebacker, Zach Bond, Wisconsin, is going to be the pick here.
Nice pick. That was the second pick that Cincinnati would have made had Epinesa been gone. What the hell did I just do there? I don't know why that happened. Okay, very good. Zach Bond's gone. The New York Giants, Scorpio. What are your Giants going to do now?
Everybody's checking their boards and seeing who's available.
He's communicating with everybody via Skype and.
You know what? I didn't realize I've been talking and my mute's been on. I didn't realize. I've been talking and my mute's been on.
We thought you were planning some secret deal or something.
All right. So my kids just got a dog and the dog was barking. That's why I put the mute on. So the dog is gone. So all right. So what I said all that. None of y'all heard anything I said. So I said that we had 2 people on our board. We had Zach Bond, who was our number 2 pick, and so he's gone. But our number 1 pick is still on the board. So we are going with our number 1 pick at this spot to make sure I say his name right. You know, you get names wrong, mess stuff up. Terrell Lewis, linebacker from Alabama, edge rusher, is going to New York Giants.
Terrell Lewis. A lot of Terrells in this draft. You find him here on my list.
And I know exactly who the Jets are going to pick. Exactly.
All right. So we're going now to the Detroit Lions. Once again, this is in the trade. This is the LA Chargers pick. So Chris, you're back up.
Yeah, Brandon and I have been kind of chatting back and forth a little bit, and there's definitely some glaring needs on this team. Brandon brought up the idea of possibly taking whoever we felt that RB1 might be in this draft. Myself, I like the idea of the guard from Michigan, Cesar Ruiz. Seeing that we just lost a guard and we don't really have a replacement for him. We also need some defensive tackle help. But in this situation with the talent at other positions, I'm going to take Ruiz as guard Michigan with our second round pick.
All right. Cesar Ruiz. Guard, Michigan State.
That's a good one, Chris, because I forgot he was already picked in other drafts.
All right. So that brings us to Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina.
Carolina. Oh, that's your,
And yeah, and I'm back up again.
I'm
So,
like, how many picks in a row have you made, for God's sake?
yeah,
Okay.
it's not so many. It's not that I have too many teams. It's that they're all bunched together. So, biggest thing I had Panthers needs as inside defensive line, corner, inside offensive line, even a wide receiver. And I think a good chunk of the wide receivers are gone. A good chunk of the corners are gone. But there's a guy that I still have on my board that I think would fit in really nice, and that's Jeff Gladney from TCU.
Jeff,
Gladney. Gladney.
oh yeah, corner from TCU.
Yeah. Now that's one of those picks where he's a real, like, a zone guy. I don't know a bunch about Carolina and their schemes, but I'm saying he's the top corner on my list left, and so I'm just adding talent.
I'll tell you, Carolina is going to be an interesting team to watch. I'm really excited about Matt Rule, coaching them. Weekly loss was huge, but in our draft anyway, we fixed that with Isaiah Simmons. And I think that's a really viable pick at number 7. And Simmons will still be available. And if they could land that, that would be huge for them. The quarterback, God, what's his name? From New Orleans, Teddy Bridgewater. What a great pickup. That's who I wanted the Chargers to go after in free agency, was really go all in on Bridgewater. Instead, they went all in on Tom Brady. Thanks, Giselle. And so I think they're going to be a fun team to watch. Anyway, going on. Miami. Vince, you're back up.
Wow. I missed a couple of picks.
What's the last one you got?
I missed the Lions, the Chargers, and the Panthers.
The Chargers were the Lions. So you just missed 2. Detroit at 37 took Cesar Ruiz, the guard. And at 38, Carolina took Jeff Gladney, corner.
I thought the Giants took Gladney.
No.
Okay.
The Giants took Terrell Lewis.
I'm sorry. Who took Gladney?
The Panthers.
Carolina.
Okay. Then I don't have Detroit. I don't have 35, 36, and 37.
Oh, sure. So 35, Zach Bond, Wisconsin.
Got it.
36, Terrell Lewis, Alabama.
And 37 to the Chargers.
Was the Lions traded? So the Lions,
That was the
with
trade.
the drop down in the first, so they took Cesar Ruiz, guard from Michigan.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So 37 became a Lions pick, right?
Yes.
Correct.
And the Chargers got Tua.
Right.
And they're very happy about it.
And I'm sorry, who did the Lions take at 37?
Cesar Ruiz, guard, Michigan.
Thank you.
And then Carolina took Jeff Gladney.
Right. Okay. Looking at DeAndre Swift for this pick.
Good pick.
For what team? What team made that pick?
This would be for Miami.
Miami.
Gotcha.
DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
Took 38 picks to get a running back.
And he's the first. That's the first one off the board.
First one off the board.
I would have gone with Dobbins myself, but
Well, it was a toss up with this guy between Swift and Dobbins.
Now, you know, Gill has somebody in front of both of them. He has Taylor.
Yeah, and absolutely.
Let me roll back here, guys. Look at this.
Because sometimes those guys, though, like Jonathan Taylor.
Taylor from Washington.
No, from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's the Melvin Gordon guy in this draft, I think. And
yeah, we're going to change that up, and we're going to go with.
Sorry, your pick is in. I already wrote it down.
Oh, well, okay, then we're done.
No, you can change it up.
Let me look at something else real quick.
I think that Badger running back would be the best out of the group.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to go back up and take the guy that Gil has at 24, Jonathan Taylor.
That was for Miami?
Yes, sir.
Everybody make that note. That won't screw us up as we move forward, though, Vince.
Boys.
Don't worry about that.
Sorry, boys.
I'm chatting on Facebook Messenger here with Coach. He says hi to everybody. He wishes he could be on, but he's dealing with some truck repairs right now in the shop. So he says hi. I just said hi from everybody.
Good deal.
All right.
And of course, the sales pitch. If you want one of his games, let him know.
At pick number 40, Houston. Robert, you're up.
Okay. There's not going to be a replacement for Nuke. I'm so sorry, but even though they got somebody now, it's just not going to be the same. Let's see. They need that. Oh, okay. All right. Houston Texans are going to select Jalen Johnson, cornerback, Utah.
All right.
At this point, I'm feeling that no matter who the Texans draft, if he's good, they're just going to get rid of him in a couple of years anyway.
I got a crazy man for a GM.
All right. That puts Cleveland on the board at 41 and Joshua. Browns are back up.
Kind of torn. But I'm probably going to give them – I'm probably going to mess up his name. Uchi from Michigan, the linebacker. He's played like multiple different positions and stuff, so gives us some flex options. Uchi, thank you. Either he can play edge or he can play linebacker, so at least kind of kills two birds with one stone there.
He did great at the Senior Bowl.
Linebacker or what?
From Michigan, Uchi.
Uchi. He's also, you said he's a linebacker or what? Or corner?
Edge
No,
rusher.
he can play a little bit as edge.
Oh.
Edge? Just
Yeah.
Find him here. Okay, Josh Uchi. Okay. All right, that was pick number 41. Pick number 42 is Jacksonville, and this was Coach's pick, so we're back to the group. And for the guys that joined us late because you forgot what day it was, pick here to see what we think that this team will do. So we're looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Their top needs are corner, defensive line, edge rusher, O-line, and running back. This might be a great place for a running back for Jacksonville. Their first pick was Derrick Brown, defensive tackle. They had another pick. Where is it? Kristian Fulton, the safety.
20.
This might be a great place for a running back for Jacksonville.
Yeah, this might be a good
And
spot.
I
for
say
DeAndre
Dobbins.
Swift.
I'm submitting J.K. Dobbins here.
That's fair. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they're going to end up trading Fournette pretty soon. Then you're going to get Dobbins in the second round.
Wait a minute. Let me find the two top right. Are we all kind of okay with running back?
Yeah.
That's
All right.
It's going to be Swift. It's going to be Swift, or it's going to
J.K.
be
Dobbins, okay?
Swift or Dobbins. I mean,
If you want Swift, raise your hand.
I would go
Yeah.
Swift over Dobbins. I forgot.
Only
I
because
forgot
I'm a
we put him
Georgia
back
guy.
on the board once he was off the board. I forgot he got put back on.
Oh,
I told you,
Scorpio.
Vince. And Dobbins, raise your hand. It is J.K. Dobbins. And I got to think that they are very excited in Jacksonville right now for that pick.
You think they're done with Fournette?
No, but what a great compliment at this point in time.
I mean, Fournette just can't stay healthy, so it's okay, throw me the next guy.
He dominated in college, and he gets to the pros, and he gets hurt all the time.
Yeah, this is a great pick. Yeah, and that goes
Browns
to the
take
argument that you were talking about with Tua.
Uche.
He may never have another, injury the rest of his life. So
right,
guys, who did the Browns take?
Uche from Michigan.
No, it was Jacksonville. Or Browns took Josh Uche. UCHE.
Thank you.
Jacksonville's J.K. Dobbins, and now Chicago is on the board. And Jay, this is your pick.
And Chicago needs some offensive. Pretty much. Chicago needs help everywhere, and we're going to start with the offensive line and go with John Simpson, guard, out of Clemson.
All right.
Isn't there a player named Gravy to go with Biscuit?
Yeah, they can sue. Well, what do y'all think about Nick Foles getting sent over there to Chicago?
Perfect.
What a waste.
Love it.
They should have went for Mariota.
Oh, I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
It was a great pickup.
The 10 or 12 great games that he has played, he has parlayed that into millions and millions of dollars. All right, next 44, Indianapolis.
Kind of helps.
Chris,
Yeah.
you took.
I think that Lombardi Trophy helps a lot.
Yeah,
Missing picks.
which is why I say the 10 or 12 great games in his career.
More on the Colts, but I missed the Bears.
The Bears were
John Simpson.
John Simpson, guard,
Get it.
and the Colts are on the board. And
Give mommy, I'll get you some.
Yeah, so that's me. And again, I think we have obviously we pick any tight end we want. Still don't see value here. Quarterback, I'm not willing to go with Jalen Hurts here. Again, defensive tackle is something that we could use, but maybe one of the defensive tackles. I'm leaning. Geez.
It's hard.
I'd look at wide receiver too if I were you, but that's just
Yeah, but who did I take for them earlier on?
You took
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with interior line help. Pairing already Quentin Nelson with another badass interior lineman. Big need for them. Lloyd Cushenberry, LSU.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a little early.
see, Dane Brugler had him going to the Bears just one pick before, so it's about right on target.
What was the name again?
Lloyd Cushenberry, Cushenberry.
Very good pick.
All right.
God, isn't that early for that guy though?
It's early for that
But-
guy. Yes.
Says two amateur guys. I guess we could argue about it all day long about why you like the Vikings, but
Listen, I'm just looking at a guy. You're taking a guy at 44 that Gil ranked at 100.
so
I'm just making a point here. That's all.
Yeah. So
Crazier things have been done.
yeah.
True. Hey, look, Jerry Rice went in the 6th round?
No.
Tom Brady went in the 5th, didn't he?
Oh, he went in the 6th. He was 199.
No.
Sebastian Janikowski was a
Famous.
first-round kicker.
Tony Romo wasn't drafted. Kurt Warner
Yeah.
wasn't drafted.
Kurt Warner was bagging groceries.
So they're supposedly doing a movie of his life because I think he is the greatest single sports story of all time. I'm glad they're doing it.
I love it that we compared a center to a quarterback.
All right. 45, Tampa Bay. Joshua, you are up again.
So finally, something fell my way after all the tackles went in the first round. But I'm so happy that, and I still believe Swift is on the board, right? From Georgia, running back.
Yeah.
So we are definitely turning this card in ASAP. So DeAndre Swift, we're adding into our running back core.
That would be just perfect. Like,
that's a good pick.
Man, that's right on target with what Brugler had, 45.
And
man,
you know how Tom
can't believe he fell, yeah.
That stuff. So,
but you know what? Again, with all those tackles and all those corners getting taken in the first round, like talent gets pushed down, right? That's the.
I think this is great value for him and stuff. I mean, getting in the second round like that, and I mean him and Ronald Jones and stuff can just definitely tag team it together, and you can always bring in the veteran running back to help them along. But I mean, Swift is too much talent to pass up on that. So,
well, seeing that Tom Brady can't throw it 10 yards anymore.
Come on now. That was the way the players are designed in New England, per se.
I don't know that he could ever really throw it much further than that anyway. So.
He still has a stronger arm than Peyton Manning does, and he's like 45 years old, and Peyton Manning was like throwing at 39. So
as long as he's deflating the footballs, he could get it at least 20 yards.
That's all he needs to do. You got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin out there. That's all we need.
46. We have the very first showing of the Denver Broncos. And
they do not need another running back. I can tell you that now.
Jay, you are on the board.
All right. So for Denver, I thought we already picked for them once already.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
in the first
they were
round.
in the first round.
Oh, they did. I'm sorry.
You're thinking Steelers.
Yep. Denver picked Henry Ruggs, wide receiver. It's number 15. So.
And there's an offensive tackle that Gil has ranked 23 that's still on the board from what I'm seeing. So they're going to go run this one in. They're picking Ezra Cleveland, offensive tackle from Boise State.
Talked about him a lot earlier and bypassed him.
He got taken earlier.
Well, Cleveland just
didn't he get taken earlier? I thought.
No,
nope.
I think someone thought about it and didn't pull the trigger.
No, Minnesota was thinking about it but didn't take it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh man, if I knew that, I would have probably took him. No, it's all good though.
Saw an article today that said Cleveland goes to Cleveland ?
That would be funny.
Okay. Pick number 47, the Atlanta Falcons. Ian,
back to wide receiver.
on the clock.
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons guy was sleeping, so give him 1 second here so he can get caught up.
Thereabouts.
What's the last pick you got?
Let's see. I've been following along, but I didn't realize that we were picking 47. I misread my paper.
Isaiah
Let's
Wilson.
see what I can do, guys. If you can't read it, I can't help you.
6'6", 350 from Georgia.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Cheesy.
I know.
All right, so
I deserve that.
going with the defense, the first pick, they picked a corner. They need an edge rusher. And I'm looking here, and it looks like Curtis Weaver from Boise State.
He went at 17.
He went at 17? Okay. Then we are going to go. Let's see. What do I have written down here? This is horrible. I can't even read my own handwriting. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Let's see. We're going to go with Julian Okarla from Notre Dame.
What position?
Edge.
Okawa. Okay.
OKWARA.
Yeah.
All right.
Robert says that Wilson is not scheme tolerant.
Okay.
Give that last pick to me again, Falcons.
Julian Akarwa, edge rusher from Notre Dame.
Thank you.
Scorpio, we have the New York Jets.
All right. I think
This one counts too, by the way. This is really important to you. So this one is important. It counts.
Well, in every single draft I've been in this round, I've picked Chase Claypool because I just something about that kid I like. But I'm a deviate this time. Well, I might not deviate, but I think somebody said this name. So if someone said this name, then I'm not gonna be able to pick them. Is Justin Jefferson?
Don't be a deviant.
He's gone. He's picked 34.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he went right after T. Higgins. Hey, I might have to go my guy Chase Claypool. I don't care that Gilbrand has him in the 70s. That's okay. I think that kid's gonna be special. But I keep picking him in like every draft. I keep picking him. I don't know if I should go get somebody different. You know what? I'm gonna have a connection. I'm gonna look at it like this. We got this Corona thing happening. We're not gonna have mini camps. It's gonna be tough for teams to get up to speed. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to grab, make sure I'm getting the school right, from USC, Michael Pittman Jr., who already played for my quarterback Sam Darnold. So I'm bringing him in, a wide receiver, good hands. They have some chemistry, possession guy. He's gonna do pretty good.
All right.
I like that.
Nice pick.
I like that.
I like that guy too. I like him a lot. All right.
We're just doing 2 rounds, right? We're doing 2 or 3.
Yeah, just 2. Yeah, we've got about
Scotty Pittman just went to the Jets.
Scotty Pittman. Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman.
Yeah, I was telling Scotty on the phone.
I thought, oh.
I don't know if you said Scotty Pippen.
Scotty Pittman.
I thought you said Scotty Pippen just went to the Jets. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
is this draft getting in the way of your
play?
Because all right, now, well, here's an interesting situation. Pittsburgh is on the clock for the first time, and it was 3 points team, and he's the only one that never showed up. So we have a group pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Very first. Where are they on my list here?
What's the best long snapper?
Let's pick a kicker just to piss off 3-point.
Blankenship is the best kicker in the draft. Blankenship.
All right, so on my list, it's offensive line, defensive line, edge rusher, wide receiver, and cornerback, and they've all been pretty much worked through. So
come on, man, you know.
I've got a name here. How about Jonathan Taylor? You know what?
That's a good idea.
I'm not a huge James Conner guy, and I don't know if
Jonathan Taylor's gone.
Yeah, he's been picked.
If you're looking for a running back, you got Cam Akers. He's very nice.
Taylor went
39.
Taylor went 39 to Miami.
Oh, because you switched him out, right?
Yeah, we got Cam Akers, we got Edwards-Helaire, Zach Moss.
I got a name for you. I got a name. Give me 1 second. I just gotta get his name right. I got a name.
You also get AJ Dillon from Boston College. That's a beast right there.
Now, right, I'm telling you, Jalen Hurts. That's who needs to go there. Jalen Hurts.
Ooh,
Not crazy.
It's interesting.
I'm telling you, that's what you need to do.
Too early. Too early.
I don't know about that.
Nah, because he's not gonna be there. He's not gonna be there when they come back around. You got to get him. Quarterbacks never go too early. If he's your guy, he's gonna lead you the next 15 years. You go get him.
What about
I understand that.
So
Eason is still on the board.
More of a Pittsburgh
Who
fit.
is?
Eason.
I was thinking
Okay.
Eason.
I mean, I'm not a big Jake Fromm.
Brugler's got
Gordon, I think, is going to be the next. What's his guy name from Jacksonville?
Minshew?
Minshew, yeah. But Eason works for me in Pittsburgh at this spot.
I think it's a good pick.
It's not crazy either. It's not crazy.
I mean, isn't he out of the Roethlisberger mold? Same size, big arm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Eason's 6'6", for God's sakes.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, I got him at 6'6", 231.
Yeah.
5th ranked quarterback here on NFL.com.
Yeah, I mean, he's Roethlisberger too.
I vote Jason.
All right.
I got
I'll
Eason.
go with Eason.
Jacob
Yeah.
Eason.
All right. Yeah. Let's go.
All right.
Give him a new quarterback. Roethlisberger's that other old guy that nobody thinks about because he was injured all year.
Right.
Yeah, I'll give him something to bitch about. I mean, he's already complained.
I think that's an exciting pick for them.
It
Well,
is.
they
and
can't, sure as hell
really
can't do any worse because the kids that they had backing Roethlisberger up stunk it up all year. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
they are horrible.
They might look at those other guys, particularly the duck caller guy, as the future. But
Yeah.
okay, wait a minute. So they've got the guy that's backing him up, whose name I can't remember,
Yeah.
and then the duck calling guy. And if you get a first-round pick with those guys already on the board, would you really take a quarterback?
Yeah, because
I think you
one
have
of
to.
those guys is the future. If you think
Yep.
Eason is
No.
better than
Yep.
both of those guys.
They're not good.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Absolutely.
We'll stick with it and move on. 50, Chicago, and that would be Jay. You're back on the clock.
And another one of Gilbrandt's guys in the top 50, if I can find his spot here. Number 34, Matt Hennessy, center from Temple.
All right.
He's got a good brother. His brother's a long snapper on the Jets.
There you go. Well, that's a good pedigree.
That's exactly. Athletic.
Yeah,
player. That's a
Too
good
bad he can't play under center.
All right. Next up is the Dallas Cowboys, and that's me. And I'm thinking, what do they need most? Do they need a wide receiver or do they need defense? They need defense, really, is what they need. McKinney, Delpit are gone. Davis is still available. Anton Winfield Jr., Jeremy Chin.
Don't the Cowboys need a QB also?
Could you even imagine?
You know Jerry would take one.
Jalen Hurts in the second round.
If he was there, Jerry would take him.
I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly.
I think I'm going to go.
Johnny,
I'm going to go Jalen Rieger. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to go Jeremy Chin, safety from Southern Illinois.
That's good. That's good.
What was the last name again?
Chin.
Chin. Okay. With two N's.
Did they ever release any more information on Leighton Vander Esch, whether or not his neck is any better?
I haven't
I
heard
think
anything
he's
on.
okay. They did re-sign, what's his name? Sean.
Sean Lee.
Lee.
Conley.
But I don't know. I think he's okay.
Because if that neck's not good and he can't play, I mean that's a big blow in the center of their.
A guy like that, that's a huge hit. So
Well, you think about how good Sean Lee was, and he was always hurt. They pair him up with Vander Esch, who was better than I thought he'd ever be, and now he's hurt. Sounds like he plays for the Chargers. Jesus.
You know, there was reports coming out of college that he might have had an injury concerns. Vander Esch, I mean.
Yeah.
that injury thing, it's so hard to negotiate that. If guys get hurt in college and then play 15 years in the pros and never get hurt. Guys,
yeah, it can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
You can't stay on the field. Jason Verrett, perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the 49ers just re-signed him. He played one game for them last year, and they re-signed him for another year. They're crazy.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing about this year, where you can't check guys, and you're kind of going into it blind.
Which in the long run might be a good thing because then you don't overanalyze situations.
Well, yeah.
So, all right, 52 is the LA Rams. And Chris, what are they going to do?
All right, we've been
They
sitting
need to trade
around.
that logo.
Yeah, yeah. We have our people reworking it on the rework. So, couple guys here that I'm interested in: edge, corner, linebacker, inside guard, possibly running back. We're actually going to go with Willie Gay Jr., linebacker, Mississippi State.
Ooh, that's early. Oh my. Okay.
That's why you're a Vikings fan.
Okay.
That name again, please.
Willie Gay Jr.
I resemble that, Chris. Thank you so much.
What was that Eagles pick again, guys?
No, we're the Rams pick.
Oh, sorry. What was it?
Willie Gay Jr., linebacker, Mississippi State, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that's terrible. I don't think that's
No, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick.
I don't generally say Packers fans are smarter than Vikings fans, but
I'm surprised either of you guys can even spell Vikings.
Ooh.
there's the silent H in there, right?
Yeah.
The Vikings.
Yeah.
It's
Who did we annoy 3-point with?
Vince, I gotta show you something.
Vince, what?
Who did we annoy 3-point with?
We annoyed 3-point Pittsburgh with Eason, quarterback, Washington.
Hey, Vince.
Eason.
See those right there? I got two more than the Vikings.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Oh, God. Okay.
All right. We're at Philadelphia, number 53, and that'd be you, Jay.
Yep. And another one of Gil's top 100, top 50 even, number 42, Jalen Reagor, wide receiver, going to Philadelphia.
Come on.
For the
Hey, it's a good pick. You finally got a wide out. Good pick.
No, I think it's a good pick too.
I didn't get a name. Who did he take?
Reagor.
All right, Scott.
Jalen Reagor.
Wide receiver, TCU.
Got you.
Yeah, Brugler had him going to the Eagles about here. Man, it's pretty good.
God knows they need it.
Willie Gay Jr. to the Rams, Jalen Reagor to
Just went to
the
the Eagles at that pick.
Eagles.
Buffalo, at number 54, Ian.
Well, the Bills have a pick.
Yeah. That is. This is their first pick, isn't it?
Yeah, and their top need, I mean, they've got a lot of different needs, but I figured the second round they were going to go running back. And I was hoping that DeAndre Swift would fall down to here, but he didn't. So they're going to go ahead and take Cam Akers from Florida State.
I don't know if any of you just got the Bleacher Report app message. Becton drug test flag. Louisville Mekhi Becton, one of multiple players with flagged drug tests at the combine.
Oh wow.
Who was that?
Just said a flagged drug test. It doesn't say anything about failure. Just says flagged. I didn't click on the ad. It just popped up on my phone here 2 seconds ago.
Let them fall to 11. Let them fall to 11. That's what I want. I let them fall to 11.
Who's the kid that had the diluted drug test or whatever?
That was Braun, linebacker from Wisconsin, I think, right?
Yeah, at least it's not a bomb.
Mask filled with smoke. It was like
yeah.
Dude, on the draft evening too. That was the crazy thing about it.
That was crazy.
Well, you know that happened to Moss though too. Didn't he have a flag drug test?
Who?
No, not Randy Moss, but Warren Sapp.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
But everybody knew that Sapp smoked weed though.
Oh yeah.
Everybody, like half of Miami Hurricanes smoke weed, so
Yeah.
All right. At 55, Baltimore. Joshua, you're up.
all right. So I hope I didn't miss this guy, but I can't believe he fell this far. I'm gonna go with Mims from Baylor, the 6'3" wide receiver for the Ravens.
Yeah,
You got Hollywood Brown on the outside, the restriction big. You got Mims, the big wide receiver, man. So Lamar can just throw it up all day.
yeah, that's a nice pick.
All right.
Yeah, what the hell happened to the Ravens in the playoffs anyways? They like dominated all year, ran all over everybody and everything, and then they get to the freaking playoffs and tank it.
That bye week crushes teams sometimes.
That's what happens when people can study your team.
It was the same thing for them the year before. Chargers went in with that 7
Right,
deep
hold on, Scott. I got a pick for Miami.
defense
Yeah.
and stopped Jackson. So,
Yeah.
all right,
They
56.
couldn't handle a running team.
Vince, you're
Yep,
up.
I am currently looking for the highest, not the highest, but there's 2 safeties I'm looking at for this pick.
Antoine Winfield and
Duggar.
Duggar.
I like Winfield. If he can stay healthy, legitimate.
Ashton Davis is up there too, though.
I'll be honest, I never heard of the guy until 2 weeks ago.
He's a decent player, but he got hurt late.
Ashton Davis is a
Gotcha.
Pac-12
guy. That's why.
Now he's a
I'm
definitely.
in a mountain time zone guy, so I watch a lot of Pac.
He's a back end guy. You can't bring him down in the box. He's not that guy.
We're going to go with Antoine Winfield.
All right.
Bloodlines.
$57 is Houston. And Robert, this is your pick.
Okay. Ooh.
What number?
57.
57, Houston.
What happened to 56?
Yeah, did we skip a pick?
Oh, wait.
Did we skip Buffalo?
No, they got Akers.
Buffalo is at 54.
It's the Dolphins.
Okay.
The Dolphins are 56.
56 was the Dolphins. Buffalo took running back Cam Akers at 54. 55 is Denzel Mims for Baltimore. 56 is Antoine Winfield. And 57.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
57s I have as Rams from Houston.
Yeah, we made a trade there. It's the Rams pick now.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Needed information.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Corners and edge. There's been picked through pretty good. One player I've watched play for 2 straight years. I'm a big fan of. I'm gonna go Damon Arnett, Ohio State cornerback.
Damn. It's like, dang. Good pick. Good pick.
It was between him and Bryce Hall from Virginia. I think if Bryce Hall wasn't hurt all year,
Right.
he'd be up there too. But I know what I've watched this guy play 20 games, and I feel just I know his game better, and I think he's going to be a better pro than he was a college player.
All right, we're at pick number 58, which is Minnesota. So why don't you guys get your little confab together?
Yeah, we're working it right now. Right now, we're looking at Scott. We're on the clock and we're all talking open. Robert, I got Scott in my ear, and what we're looking at is a wide receiver. And left on the board, we've got Blacklock, Gallimore, and Chenault.
Chenault is the receiver, but he's in that group. He's way down. The best value, if we got to go with that, is Blacklock or Gallimore. I take Blacklock.
Blacklock. I'm looking for him. Where is
Ross Blacklock. He's TCU. Defensive tackle.
Yeah, he's not a wide receiver.
No, he's not a wide receiver.
These guys
No, what position is he?
He's a
defensive
defensive
tackle.
tackle.
A D tackle, Scotty.
I thought we were talking wide receiver.
No, I
Your wide receivers are getting picked over at this point. And I don't think anything that's left on the board would really have a second round
what
grade.
it doesn't make any sense for us to take another D tackle. We got one in free agency and we picked guy at 22. So I mean, he may be on the board, but he's
okay. I'll tell you what. This is what we do.
All right.
Thanks.
I'm listening.
Oh man,
order.
Somebody's gonna poo-poo on it. But if you're gonna be the future right here, and he's on the board, I'd take Jalen Hurts.
Oh,
Interesting.
oh, wow.
Scotty?
The funny thing
This
is,
was something that, and Robert brought this up. We brought this up in the chat. What about taking Hurts for the future?
the funny thing is,
Cousins isn't going to be around after this contract.
if anybody else had said Hurts, Robert would have said it's too early.
No.
Oh, it's too early to get in. He way down there.
Who has the Vikings pick so far?
I'm leaning towards a guy who can play now.
Okay.
At this position.
All right, go for it.
So, and I've you know.
How about KJ Handler? What's your guys' thoughts on KJ Handler from Penn State, the wide receiver?
What do you think
He's
about
a little
him?
bitty?
Oh, he's a burner, man.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill. That's all I can.
Hill, I was just going to say that too.
Yeah.
What was this kid's name again?
Hamler.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
KJ Hamler. You like that?
Go for it.
Robert, you like that?
I'm good with it.
We're going to take KJ Hamler.
All right.
Hey, you guys know that in the fan mock, the guys who picked for your 22 took Jordan Love up there, and he got fired.
Yes, he needed to be fired.
Robert was one of the first ones on the chat here, and he led with that.
I thought that was great.
I had just
him and the Bengals guy.
We have things going on hot and heavy in the war room. Who did the Rams take at 57?
We took Damon Arnett, corner from Ohio State.
That was
Thank
a good
you.
pick. I would have doubled up on corner if he was there.
All right, so we were at 59. I'm sorry, I'm falling asleep here. 59. Seattle is up for their second pick. Jay Brown.
All right, give me just a second here. Just looking at who's available. And
Need to quit looking at me, Tom. I'm yawning too much.
and it looks like Jabbar Zuniga is available from Florida, edge rusher. That's who we're going to take. Jabbar, Zuniga.
Jabari Zuniga.
Jabari Zuniga?
From Florida.
Yep.
An edge.
Oh, no, not him. Oh, there he is. All right. Jabari Zuniga.
Ooh, they've done that 2 years in a row.
All right. No, you're not. Knock that off.
They took LJ Collier last year, didn't they? Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, that one's not working out yet.
No, that ain't working out.
At 60, Baltimore. Vince, you're on the clock.
No, I got the Ravens.
Yep. Well, I think this is their first pick, isn't it?
Ravens?
No, they haven't picked.
I got
it.
the Ravens.
Who's
I have
got,
it.
who's got
I got
Baltimore?
the Chiefs.
I have Ravens.
All right, go for it. Sorry.
No, you're good. I am actually going to take a linebacker. I'm probably gonna miss his name. Akeem Davis Gaither from Appalachian State.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I can't believe you fell this far.
Yeah, really.
I got shocked too because I didn't realize I have that pick. They do need a little bit of linebacker help. So, I mean, he almost have a similar ability. Ray Lewis coming out of Miami. So I plug him into that system there.
All right, 61, Tennessee, Robert West.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I got to get something back up here. I lost it.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. The wife was talking to me. I missed that last pick for Baltimore. Who did they take?
Baltimore is Akeem David Gaither.
Davis.
Gaither. That's what I said.
Gaither. Why won't that? Okay, here we go.
So let's do a little recap here.
Okay, Tennessee
Not finding
Titans.
that guy.
Tennessee Titans are going to select Igwenbihe, cornerback, Auburn.
Noah Igbenoghe, all right, cornerback, Auburn. That's a good pick. He's ranked really high. So Cheesy, we're coming to you for Green Bay at 62.
Well, all right, I'm prepared to be criticized for this pick, and that's okay.
No way.
Yep, I'm gonna be criticized for this, but that's all right. I'm taking defensive end from South Carolina, 6'5", Javon Kinlaw.
Oh, no.
Nope, he's already been taken.
Oh, he's well.
I took that.
No,
Hell,
maybe
if you
not.
could have got him now, we would all be giving you the clap.
He went at 22 to Minnesota.
Oh, congratulations, Minnesota. That's a good pick.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, instead of picking him, you got to face him.
But you're right.
I'm
You
looking,
already get criticized for making that pick.
I didn't see his name written down. I didn't get his name written down. My apologies. And the Washington quarterback,
Is gone as well.
he did get taken. I know he was talked about.
He went to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts is still available.
Yeah.
God, that'd be an interesting pick.
Hurts was picked.
I mean, Green Bay does need to start thinking about it. I mean, Aaron Rodgers isn't getting any younger.
He's old, man.
Not
He is
getting any better
Really
either.
old.
None of us.
Old. Ancient.
You know, Brett Favre wanted a Moss,
Oh,
and he never
boy.
got one. So I'm gonna grab the tight end from LSU.
Which is who?
Thaddeus
Moss.
Moss.
Kid. Yeah.
It's a nice pick. It's a little bit high, but it's a nice pick though for that system.
Say it again.
Randy's boy.
Yeah. Thaddeus Moss. LSU tight end. I
Yeah,
wonder
I'd like
for
to see a
him,
Moss
like I know he had lots of touchdowns. I wonder for him, like if people bring his name up just because they know, like it mentions his dad, like how much of that, how far he gets pushed up because of that.
But he played very good at LSU though. His last year.
Oh, sure.
his dad and his last name didn't help him catch touchdowns. You know, the tape doesn't lie.
Yeah, but that system did. I could have caught 10 touchdowns in that system.
Well,
Okay, maybe I couldn't have.
maybe. You know, and quite honestly,
look good, or is it because he's that good?
Yeah.
And I wasn't prepared for this pick because I thought Coach had the Packers' second round pick. So I was just sitting here drinking, listening.
Don't you know?
If they're looking for
Exactly.
any 5'9", 245 fullbacks, maybe I can make it.
But I think you know, and I think that's probably is a little high for Green Bay. You know, I'm not willing to give up on Sternberger just yet. I mean, you second year this year, but
You pair them
Why not?
together and
why not?
All right, going on. Pick 63, Kansas City. Vince.
Kansas City, they need somebody that's going to be working behind Kelsey. So they're going to pick the tight end from the home state of Missouri, Albert Okwegbanum.
Alberto.
Would you have taken Moss
Best
there?
I could do, boys.
Would
Got
you
it.
have taken Moss there?
Yes.
I think they just call him Alberto just to keep it easy.
Makes sense.
Hey, what would Viking fans think if they wound up with Winfield Jr. and Moss on their team?
Man, that'd be too cool.
That'd been pretty
Oh,
wild.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
And gentlemen, for the final pick of the 2002 Sirius FootballHeads Mock Draft, we have the Seattle Seahawks at 64 and Jay Brown's pick.
And we could
Pull
go
the
with
plug.
another wide receiver here. So we're going to take Laviska Shenault Jr. from Colorado.
Yeah, good point. Good point. He's like still on the board here too.
And he's in Gill's wheelhouse right in this area too. So at 61.
Yes.
All right. And gentlemen, that concludes our draft.